Hi, it's Mrs. Nelson again with a story to take you into the weekend. Have you ever had a loose tooth that just did not want to come out, and all the wiggling in the world wouldn't make that tooth fall out? Well, the wonderful, wonderful Robert Munsch wrote Andrew's Loose Tooth to talk about just such a problem. Andrew has had enough of this tooth and does some crazy things to try to get rid of it. I love this story. The pictures are by Michael Martchenko, and his pictures are cartoon wonderful. Really fun to look at. So let's see what Andrew goes through. Here's our title page. You can see the library barcode right here. Mesa Public Library was weeding their books, and I got to buy this one. I snapped it right up because I wanted to own this book for my collection. It's kind of old. It was written, if you look here at the information page, it was written back in, this says 1998, so quite a long time ago. But it's still a great read and worth having in your collection too. When Andrew came downstairs, there were 3 big red apples in the middle of the table. And even though he had a loose tooth, he decided to eat an apple. So he reached out, picked up an apple, shined it on his shirt, took a bite, and yelled, "Yow! Mommy, do something about this tooth. It hurts so much I can't even eat my apple." Andrew's mother opened up his mouth and looked inside. Oh, she said, it's a loose tooth. I know what to do. She took hold of the tooth with both hands and pulled as hard as she could. Look at the picture of Andrew's mom pulling on that tooth. Look at her face. You can tell she's pulling really hard. But the tooth did not come out. "Oh, Andrew," she said, "I just can't get that tooth out. Why don't you try another apple? That might make your tooth come out." "Would you try another apple after the first one hurt so bad?" Well, Andrew's pretty brave. He doesn't get discouraged easily either. Sticking to it. That's a good quality to have. So Andrew reached out, picked up an apple, shined it on his shirt, took a bite, and yelled, "Yow! Daddy, do something about this tooth. It hurts so much I can't even eat my apple." Look, there he is. What do you think his sister thinks about the big fuss he's making? I think they're going to have to clean some coffee off Dad's chair. Mr. Martchenko makes this family look really fun with his great pictures. So Andrew's father opened up his mouth and looked inside. Oh, he said, "It's a loose tooth. I know what to do." He got a big pair of pliers and took hold of Andrew's tooth. Then he put his foot on Andrew's nose and pulled as hard as he could. But the tooth did not come out. Here, look at this. Look what happened to the pliers. Look what happened to the pliers. Oh my gosh. "Oh, Andrew," he said, "this tooth is stuck. Why don't you try another apple? That'll make your tooth come out." I'm wondering about Andrew's mom and dad here. I'll have to keep handing him apples. So Andrew, not one to give up, reached out, picked up an apple, shined it on his shirt, took a bite, and yelled, "Yow! Mommy, Daddy, do something about this tooth. It hurts so much I can't even eat my apple." So they called a dentist. You can see Andrew's family. They really feel sorry for him. They want to help. I think probably maybe they've run out of apples by now. The dentist, and I'm sure this is exactly the same kind of car that my dentist drives, came in a shiny black car. He opened up Andrew's mouth, looked inside, and said, "Oh, it's a loose tooth. I know what to do." I guess I should be relieved, huh? The dentist knows what to do. He got a big, long rope, and he tied one end to Andrew's tooth. You can see right there. I'll show you in the camera without showing you my nose in the process. Andrew said, "I know what you're going to do. You're going to tie the end of the rope to the door, and then you're going to slam the door." "No," said the dentist. "I'm going to tie it to my car." Is this something you'd let your dentist do? He tied the other end of the rope to his car and drove away as fast as he could. When he got to the end of the rope, his whole car fell apart. The dentist stood there, holding just the steering wheel. This is my favorite page in the whole book and my favorite picture that Robert Martchenko drew. Look at Andrew. Look at Andrew. Look at Andrew's dog. I don't know. I think any dentist that's going to tie one end of the rope to your tooth and the other end to his car kind of gets what he deserves. I'd go looking for another dentist. Well, then Andrew's mother and his father and the dentist all said, Andrew, that tooth will not come out. You just can't eat your breakfast." Andrew sat out in the front yard looking very sad. His best friend, Louis, came along and said, "Andrew, what's the matter?" "Oh," said Andrew, "Mother can't get this tooth out. Mother can't get this tooth out. The dentist can't get this tooth out. I can't eat my breakfast." Oh, said Louis. "I know what to do." I'm not going to show you this picture just yet because this one is so much fun. I want you to be surprised. Louis went into Andrew's house and called the Tooth Fairy on the phone. The Tooth Fairy roared up right away on a large motorcycle. This is what I'm going to look like eventually someday. This is what my motorcycle will look like. Absolutely. Andrew looked at the Tooth Fairy and said, "If you think you are going to use that motorcycle to pull out my tooth, you're nuts." "What do you think I am?" said the Tooth Fairy. "A dentist?" She pulled Andrew's tooth with one hand, and the tooth did not come out. She pulled Andrew's tooth with two hands, and the tooth did not come out. She got a large hammer off her motorcycle and clanged Andrew's loose tooth. The hammer broke in two pieces. You can see the hammer. And the tooth still did not come out. "Incredible," said the Tooth Fairy. "This is the first tooth ever that I can't pull out. I guess I just can't eat your breakfast." "Hold it," said Louis. "I have an idea." Louis went into Andrew's house and got a pepper shaker. Then he pushed back Andrew's head and sprinkled pepper up Andrew's nose. Andrew went, "Oh, ah, 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 chew!" and sneezed that tooth all the way across town. Look at there. There it goes. Let's see, it looks like it started here, went right through somebody's donut, gave the dog a haircut, right through the newspaper, and there's that tooth still flying right there. You have got to love this author and illustrator. All the way across town. But the Tooth Fairy still got her tooth. And that's the end. I hope you have a good weekend. Stay safe. Wash your hands. I'm thinking of all of you. And I'll be back with another story soon.